Sudarshan, it's all you. Oh, we seem to have lost a few people. So I will go ahead and kind of get things started a little bit here. We seem to have lost Sudarshan. So I'd like to welcome everybody to today's event. This is again a salute to our small businesses. We want to be able to celebrate our small businesses in every way and really be able to thank them, as well as all the different organizations that have really supported small businesses during the pandemic. This is being recorded. This is also live on Facebook. And so we'll also have this on our YouTube channel, and really an opportunity to be able to celebrate. So Sudarshan's apparently experiencing some technology difficulties, which would be very appropriate for talking about the pandemic. And so he is our director of our North San Diego Small Business Development Center, and they have traditionally hosted the Small Business Awards for the San Diego and Imperial region. And as such, they also are one of the hosts. We want to in particular also thank our title sponsor for our event, which is Wells Fargo, which has always been a great supporter of small business and has been a long supporter of small business development centers here in the San Diego region, as well as many other resource partners and technical assistance partners throughout the state of California. Today, we're going to see a number of different success stories that we've from the Small Business Development Center, and in ways in which we've been able to help them and really be able to move forward and advance themselves through the pandemic. And so we want to be able to start off with our first one, which is a fantastic story, really kind of telling the story of things. And so we'll let Allie go ahead and share her screen and be able to show Life of Liberty and really be able to talk about that. Go ahead, Allie, if you want to share your screen.
My name is Deborah Howard. I'm the CEO and president of LOL Life of Liberty Adult Day Program.
What was it like for your industry when the pandemic hit?
When things first started happening, I think we were just like everyone else, just, not sure what was happening and how this would impact our business, and more particularly our client, the population that we serve. We applied and received for the PPP loan. And we did receive it, thank goodness, because that was very helpful, and making sure that our staff members were paid and that we could keep at least a portion of the rent paid as well. But we received an EIDL loan as well. Wells Fargo is the institution that we've worked with throughout the existence of our business. With the SBDC, they reached out and were able to assist throughout the entire application process, line by line. And that was a tremendous help, I wouldn't have been able to do it without them for sure. I would have had a million questions. I would have been constantly calling someone to find out, what does this line mean? What does that line mean? That was really a game changer and a lifesaver for me, sincerely, with the SBDC being right there, hand over hand, so to speak.
So that was one of the examples of our fantastic success cases. We're going to be able to show a number of those. But I want to be able to talk briefly about the Small Business Development Center Network for San Diego and Imperial, because really there's a number of people to be able to thank, because it truly does take, as it's commonly said, a village for really being able to support everybody. So in particular, I want to really give a shout out to our primary funders, the U.S. Small Business Administration, which is but for the Small Business Administration, we would not exist. They've been funding small business development centers for well over 40 years. But not only that, the Small Business Administration and their staff, they were a lean and mean agency, and they stepped up and helped literally to over 20 million small businesses nationwide. But I want to shout out also our district office here in San Diego. They're a small but mighty team, from Director Ruben Garcia, Deputy Director Mike Sovakul, Jamie Pritchett, Cynthia Harris, and the entire team that is there. And so they really have done mountains of work in really being able to assist everybody, and a great shout out. Also really want to thank, and we'll be able to hear from a little bit from the California Office of the Small Business Advocate, but their entire office as well. Director Gray, her predecessor, Director Isabel, and the entire team, from our Deputy Director Michelle Rodman, and even our Southern California Rep Chris Earl. So they've done also fantastic work being able to support small businesses and support technical assistance. Also, our fantastic lenders, such as Wells Fargo, which is one of our title sponsor, but it's all the lenders. Truly, the bankers themselves stepped up. I talked to, I don't know how many bankers that worked 23 hours a day during the initial parts of PPP just to get people be able to get the assistance that they needed. And truly, they deserve a massive shout out and a thank you. That's why small businesses are able to be resilient. So just also, I want to congratulate my staff, a staff of over a team of over 120 of small business within the Small Business Development Center network. They have expertise that it just blows my mind. Expertise in financing and marketing and procurement, in technology commercialization and things that probably I'll never understand. But not only that, we speak well over a dozen languages amongst our team as well, which is really allows folks to be able to assist people where they're at. And this has resulted in over 34,000 hours of one-on-one business advising during the pandemic, which to over 10,000 clients. Over 45% of those are business owners of color in underrepresented communities, and 40% are women-owned businesses. This resulted in accessing over $345 million in capital since the start of the pandemic. But that includes tons of small loans and grants also to businesses that $1,000, that $5,000, that $10,000 makes a difference between keeping their doors open and not staying open. And so truly that's who deserves the most congratulations are the business owners themselves. And so that's why I'm really excited to be able to show all the different types of success stories that we have. But I want to introduce Director Tara Gray from the California Office of Small Business Advocate. They are our true partner at the state of California, and she has come in the middle of the pandemic and had to introduce herself completely virtually. I had the pleasure of finally being able to meet her recently in Sacramento, and she truly is a wonderful spirit for small business. So Director Gray.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much, Danny, for inviting me today. It is a pleasure to be here to support this celebration of small businesses in the San Diego and Imperial region. I just first want to congratulate all of the small businesses that are being celebrated today, and to encourage those business owners watching, your day will come. And lastly, to thank all of the network providers on Danny's team, Sudarshan's team, and all of the other wonderful leaders that Danny mentioned. You all do incredible work. And I know from having been in the trenches with you all that the work you do requires that you give so much of yourselves. And for that, I also want to celebrate each of you. My office, the Office of the Small Business Advocate, is the voice of small business within California's state government. And we are working to support economic growth and innovation in California by ensuring that small businesses and entrepreneurs have the resources that they need to start up, to connect to capital, connect to markets, and to grow their businesses. I have the responsibility of administering our programs in the office and the opportunity to prioritize key issues. We have 4 basic missional objectives: being a resource provider, as I mentioned just a moment ago, being an advocate, as the name implies. We want to make sure that we elevate the voice of small business and understand the impacts of what we do in state government on small businesses. And third is focusing on resilience. And as we have seen in the last year and a half, we were not ready for what we experienced. And hopefully with the disaster upon disaster that we are experiencing in our state due to the wildfires on top of the pandemic, we are attempting to stand up programs and create ways for our businesses to be more resilient and prepare for disaster. And then lastly, we know that economic growth has to be equitable. And so we're working to create an inclusive small business ecosystem that eliminates opportunity gaps across zip code, race, and gender. So our focus is not just growth, but also on economic mobility. The state has been committed to providing assistance during the pandemic, including over $4 billion of grants for small businesses through the California Relief Grant. And that program is still open. And thanks to this fabulous SBDC network, we are still having daily webinars for those that haven't yet heard about it or haven't yet taken the opportunity to apply. We've got more relief and other programs coming. In fact, we have the largest small business focused budget ever in the history of this office. And we've got programs coming for the smallest businesses, for venues, and even want to be entrepreneurs. So a special shout out to you guys. I will not belabor the point or take extra time, but just super glad to be here and super glad to see this kind of celebration of small businesses who have weathered the storm here today. So Danny, back to you.
Well, thank you, Director Gray. I'll pick it up here for a moment. Well said. The support from the state of California has been absolutely timely, needed, and very, very efficiently delivered. So once again, thank you to you, the state, and your team for having done and continuing to do a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the San Diego Women's Business Center, another resource partner of the United States Small Business Administration, helped our next successful business. Let us meet the owner of Lauriginal Casa del Taco.
Okay, my name is Hector Carrillo. My name is also Hector Carrillo. I'm junior. And the business name is Lauriginal Casa del Taco.
What was it like for your restaurant when the pandemic hit?
It was hard because we were forced to close for about a week or two, and then we had to reopen, and it was just takeout orders for like about a month, and then we could seat outside only for in the patio for like about another month. So yeah, it was like a few months that our business was heavily affected by it throughout the whole pandemic, the lockdowns and all that. And a lot of people didn't want to come out and eat. So yeah, it was a tough time. We lost a lot of revenue those days.
Okay, we received two PPP. I don't remember exactly, but we received grants too.
I think it was the EIDL
Industry
grant. The restaurant relief fund, yes, we did. We got that. It was really smooth. We applied, and it was one of the easiest ones to get. It came in really fast too.
How did the Women's Business Center help your business?
We run the business with my mom too. So she reached out, and yeah, they helped us with all the resources. I think they gave us like the resources for the grants and stuff, along with SBA. And
how did Esther Carrillo help out?
Oh, she's been helping us a lot throughout this whole time. Yeah, we couldn't really have done anything without her.
Well, we just love the smile on those faces to be able to see that because of the assistance that they were able to get, they made it through the pandemic, and they're looking forward to going forward. So like Danny said earlier on, the SBA has been the driving federal agency in assisting small businesses. We certainly, once again, do want to thank the dedicated team at the SBA District Office under the leadership of Dr. Ruben Garcia. So here with some thoughts and comments is Dr. Ruben Garcia of the San Diego SBA District Office.
Good morning. I'm Ruben Garcia, the San Diego District for the SBA. Welcome to all the participants in this fiscal year 21 recognition event held in conjunction with our National Small Business Week celebration. The SBA exists to help business start, grow and expand their business, and in times of disaster, provide assistance to help recover from disasters. We do this primarily through counseling and training, assistance with access to capital, and assistance with government contracting. As many of you can attest, fiscal year 20 and 21 were unlike any other San Diego small business community. We faced a nationwide pandemic and severely impacted our small business. From the very beginning, the SBA, in unison with federal, state, and local governments, initiated steps to provide assistance and other types of assistance to help small businesses address the challenges of the pandemic. Through debt relief, the EIDL loan, the Paycheck Protection Program, the Restaurant Revitalization Program, the Shuttered Venue Operating Grant, and increased attention and focus on customer service, thousands of local small businesses were successful in obtaining assistance. This would not have been possible without the determination and collaborative efforts of our local SBA team. I want to recognize my staff here in the district office with all our local resource partner networks. Danny Fitzgerald and his SBDC team, Sally Broft and her SCORE volunteers, Katie Ibarra and the staff at our Women Business Center, and Kelly Antis and our team at the Veterans Business Outreach Center. All have worked around the clock over the past 18 months. Their efforts have reflected in the substantial increase in clients served over the course of this period. We are all well served by what we believe to be the best resource partner network in the country. I also want to recognize the lending community who immediately turned from the task of making the PPP program the overwhelming success that it was in the San Diego area. They, as a whole, were a collaborative force in working together to make it happen. Congratulations as well to our state and local government officials, the numerous city chambers, and all of our small business organizations who provided information, support, and enhancements that facilitated small business survival and viability. But I say my final recognition to those small businesses who met the brunt force of the pandemic challenge. Thank you for all that you have done. Changes to business operation, balancing employees' needs and safety, creating new and operating models, and for your reaching out to all of our local representatives to access those programs designed to assist you. Your determined efforts and creative mindsets remain an inspiration to all of us. The COVID EIDL program has recently been enhanced and remains open to small businesses up till December 31st. I encourage you to take a hard look at it and reach out to the local SBA and resource partner network if you need additional assistance in applying for first loan or in requesting additional funds. None of this has been easy. We have been faced with many roadblocks, but we remain committed to providing the entire small business community assistance as we continue to start, grow, expand the small businesses in our area, and to continue to recover from this national disaster. We work for you. We love what you do, and we stand ready to continue making San Diego one of our country's preeminent locations for small business success. God bless all small businesses, and may God bless all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia. Well said. The support that the federal government led the way with helped many other organizations, including our major state of California, the county, the city, everybody to pitch in to help our small businesses during this very, very tough time. Our next two success stories received help from the SBDC in obtaining federal and or state funding during the pandemic. Let us hear from the owner of Barajas Roofing, followed by the owner of Belly Up.
Mi nombre es José Humberto Barajas. El nombre de mi negocio es Barajas Roofing.
My name is Jose Humberto Barajas, and my business is Barajas Roofing.
When the pandemic hit, what was it like for your business?
Fue una época muy mala con la pandemia. Se puso muy bajo el trabajo, no había movimiento, no había nada.
It was a very bad time period. Business went down. Everything was just horrible.
El primero que me ofrecieron y agarré fue el California Relief Grant por $15,000.
The first program that I received was California Relief Grant, and that was for $15,000.
El segundo fue por el PPP, Payroll Protección Programa, por la primera fase fueron $12,000.
The second program that I received funding for was PPP, Payroll Protection Program.
Era el luto que me dio cuando lo recibí. No tenía ni un 5, estaba atrasado con el payroll desde 2020. Y eso me ayudó a nivelarme.
He said, "You have no idea the amount of gratitude I felt when I received the money from the program. I had not a single dollar, and I was so behind on my payroll from 2020, and those programs helped me be able to pay my employees and start getting up to date."
Para mí se me hace una cosa muy buena. Me gustó el programa, me gustó la atención de las muchachas, de ellos. Todos, eso está muy bueno.
He said, "I really enjoyed their services here, the programs, what they do for the community." He said all he wants to do is say thank you for all the help we gave him.
And next up, we have a Belly Up.
I'm Peter McDevitt. I'm the talent buyer for the Belly Up in Solana Beach, California, and we are a live concert venue.
What was it like for your business or the industry when the pandemic hit?
Our industry was hit harder than a lot of industries. Our doors were closed due to the shutdown on March 13th of 2020, and our doors remained closed until July 9th of 2021. So we received the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant, which was administered by the SBA.
Did you feel like you got what you needed?
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely. No, this, words can't describe how much it was a life-saving sort of thing for us. My business and most of the businesses like ours have never applied for grant money before. And we didn't really know what steps we had to go through. We have other industry peers that were kind of leading the charge with the grant program and how it would be administered. But it was great to have someone that was more of an inside resource via the Small Business Development Center.
So Pete said that was life-saving, the assistance that he received from the federal, state, and local governments, and the assistance that he received from the SBA's resource partners saved his business. One other program, one other organization that has always been and remains committed in supporting small businesses and the SBDC is Wells Fargo Bank. Many thanks to Wells Fargo for also being the sponsor of today's event. Here is Rita Mitchell, Wells Fargo's SBA Regional Sales Manager for Southern California. Rita.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Wells Fargo is proud today to support the SBA and SBDC's Salute to Small Business and Financial Institutions. Wells Fargo's participation in the Paycheck Protection Program has helped 268,000 small businesses get the funding they needed to keep 1.6 million employees at work. Wells Fargo is proud to work closely with the SBA and SBDCs who work hand in hand with entrepreneurs to help them navigate and overcome the challenges that we've seen in our communities during the pandemic. We salute all small businesses today and every day for their resiliency and their perseverance. Next, I'd like to present Mikebiladu, President of IO Environmental and Infrastructure, a service-disabled, veteran-owned business. Michael received assistance from the SBDC, which resulted in him receiving a PPP loan, as well as other SBA guaranteed funding from Wells Fargo. Let's listen to Michael now.
What's your name and what's your business?
My name is Mikebiladu, owner of IO Environmental and Infrastructure. We're a disabled veteran-owned business and started in 2007.
What was it like for your business or industry when the pandemic hit?
Like for all of us, it was complete chaos. We didn't know whether we were going to send our folks home or not. We're a construction business, and a lot of our laborers work week to week paycheck. So we're pretty happy when we were able to keep working.
What type of pandemic relief funding did you receive exactly?
We were fortunate enough to receive both the EIDL and the PPP program, and greatly helped. We banked with Wells Fargo and had excellent assistance, especially with our banker, Flavio Castillo. And the work was ongoing. It didn't get stopped. What we found is that new work was really slow on coming out. And it, again, very much appreciated and very much needed. The SBDC was critical in helping us obtain the funding. And again, both Cheryl Brown and Wes Paul, fantastic to work with, not just on funding, but running a business and pretty much any question or issue us business owners may come across. Use that. It's free service and it's excellent service.
Thank you, Rita, so very much for your ongoing and consistent support of small businesses and particularly also of the SBDC. We continue to look forward to working with your wonderful organization as we try together to help more and more small businesses access funding and other services that they need. Many thanks indeed. So we also want to thank the city of San Diego and all our other cities in this region, the chambers of commerce, who also provided significant support to our small businesses. Following a message from the mayor of San Diego, we will next hear from the owner of El Forum, who received assistance from the SBDC, and from I2K, who received assistance from the Veterans Business Outreach Center. Here is the mayor of San Diego.
Hi, everybody. I'm San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. I want to let you know that it has truly been a pleasure partnering with the Small Business Development Center to assist our local small businesses during such a critical time in our economy. We have worked together to ensure that small businesses have had the information that they need to adapt to the public health orders and still be able to operate successfully. We've also been able to work to provide multiple rounds of funding for small businesses through our San Diego Small Business Relief Fund. In total, we have helped San Diego businesses access more than $220 million. That's really incredible. So I want to express my utmost thanks and gratitude to each of you, each and every one of you, for helping literally thousands of San Diego small businesses during this pandemic. And I also want to give a special shout out to our partners at the County of San Diego, the State of California, and the U.S. Small Business Administration for providing significant financial assistance for many of our local businesses. I think we all know the recovery is still ongoing, but you have been a crucial lifeline that has made a difference in the lives of so many. So for all that you've done and all that you will continue to do, I simply say thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. We will next hear from two of our other stories, Alforan, followed by I2K.
Hey, my name is George Salemi, and I operate Alforan Lebanese Mediterranean restaurant in San Diego.
So what was it like for you, your family, your business when the pandemic hit?
Trying to navigate the different restrictions and all the issues that would restrict the business from operating under normal circumstances. We've received few grants. We got, of course, the PPP funding that first started out. We got the EIDL, the California one. We also got the City of San Diego $10,000 grant beginning of this year. We were very grateful for being included in it, but it was similar to the Hello Alice. I think it was through Wells Fargo Bank, and those who wouldn't have been in business. Let me tell you, it's been a life-saving. It was a nice life raft for us to get on shore. So hopefully we'll stay on shore right now. We won't get back into deep sea any longer. The most important thing I got from IRC was notifications, really, because we're inundated with our day-to-day operation, hey, there is a grant here, go apply for it. I was a little nervous in how to do the tracking for the expenditures and the payroll, and they were very nice in answering those questions for me. Thank you again.
Life-saving, a life raft. That's what he had to say. And the help that he received from the IRC to help him navigate the process so he could access those funds and keep his business going. Next, we will hear from I2K, a business helped by the Veterans Business Outreach Center.
What's your name and what's your business?
Hi there, my name is Steve Gray and my business is I2K. We manufacture inflatable products. We started in 1993 with my dad, Buck. He's a veteran, and we've done amusement products for many, many years. So everything from bounce houses to water slides. So with such a big majority of our business being amusement, entertainment related, it just decimated our business. Yeah, it felt like we were drowning. It felt like, okay, this is it. I'm an unemployable CEO for 28 years. I don't know what we're going to do now. And, this is a family business. My dad and I started it. My sister came along, and my mom worked for the company, and my nephew and cousins. And it was just like, well, this is it. I don't know what we're going to do now. Thank God the SBA came to the rescue, because without the SBA programs out there, we would completely be out of business. Everyone who I talked to was extremely helpful. They answered everything. They got back to emails quickly. I was actually really surprised. Our first loan came pretty quick, and the other two came shortly thereafter. One of our companies, we got $500,000. Two of the other ones, we got $150,000, and that it was some breathing room. And we've hired more people too. With the PPP, we kept everyone employed. We're hiring more people. We're buying more machinery. So we're accelerating our path, and the SBA is definitely helping us get there. And with the new funding program, it will continue helping us. So we really appreciate what the government has done for us.
So Stephen said that we were drowning. All the assistance that he got from the federal and other programs helped him stay afloat. And not only that, but also to grow his business keep all his people on the payroll, and in fact, create additional jobs. So we've heard from the federal program, we've heard from the state program, we've heard from the city, but let me tell you that our county, the County of San Diego, has also been very, very supportive of our small businesses. Let us meet County Supervisor Nora Vargas.
As Vice Chair of the County of San Diego, I am so grateful for the strong partnerships and collaboration we've had with our small business community as we move forward to an equitable recovery. In our effort to support our small businesses, the county has provided multiple rounds of business relief, including $30 million from the American Rescue Plan. We've also worked closely with many of our business owners to have a more flexible process in adapting businesses to public health orders and be able to operate. But we would not be able to do this without the strong support from our local, state, and federal partners in providing significant assistance for San Diego small businesses. On behalf of the county, I would like to also thank the San Diego Imperial Small Business Development Center and their team for the hard work helping thousands of business owners during the pandemic. They facilitated hundreds of webinars and provided over 30,000 hours of one-on-one business consulting and helped San Diegans access over $280 million during the pandemic. Over 45% of the businesses supported are owned and operated by people of color. I am so proud that the county has taken a leading role in this ongoing recovery. San Diego small businesses are resilient, and together we will get through this pandemic and to an equitable recovery.
Thank you, Supervisor Vargas. What you said is so true. We're very fortunate that here in the San Diego Imperial Valley area, we have a very collaborative and supportive ecosystem of financial institutions, federal, state, and local agencies, along with SBA's resource partners to help small businesses survive during times like the pandemic, but also hopefully going forward in regular times. Next, with a special announcement, here is Mike Sovacool, the Deputy Director of our SBA District Office. Mike.
All right, I hope you can hear me. Hear me all right?
Yes, we do.
Good. Hey, I want to do two things before I get into my little presentation. One, I want to say thank you. I sometimes forget to do that. So thanks to everybody that pitched in and helped out and supported the small businesses throughout this fiscal year. Made a tremendous impact. And so you've got everybody's appreciation. And second is to remind everybody to let us know what more we can do for you. We're going to wrap up this pandemic. We're going to get back into business as usual. And so I don't think anything's ever going to go back to as it initially was. And so we're interested in hearing what you think. We're interested in hearing what your needs are. And we're here to help. And so please, let's stay in touch as we've been in touch throughout this year. During this pandemic, we've certainly solidified old relationships. We've leaned on each other. I think we've communicated more than we have in the past. And I think we've reached out and touched several thousands more people than we had in the past. And that's all good stuff. We've also initiated new relationships, and we formed an ever-growing circle of business enhancers in the San Diego area. And I think we're stronger for it. And it's our intention, everybody that you've heard from today's intention, is to maintain that circle of business influencers and build on the support that we can provide to the San Diego small business community. Be it in the lending community, the city chambers, government officials, and then some of the nonprofit folks that just work to help small businesses. I've been impressed with the number of people that have reached out and touched us, and we're going to stay in touch. We're going to keep building the infrastructure here in San Diego to support small businesses. What we do have here is a team award. I don't know if you can see it. It's our intention to get this award out to everybody that's pitched in and helped. We're in the process of doing that now. And it is just a small token of the appreciation we have for what everybody's done. I want to make one more mention of the very strong resource partners network we have here in San Diego. Our Small Business Development Center Danny is the director. A very strong SCORE chapter that Sally Brough heads up. An ever-growing women's business center that really impacts those businesses and, that are run by women. And then our Veteran Business Outreach Center. I think everybody knows here in San Diego, we got a tremendously large veteran business community, and they really make an impact. And so anybody that listens to this, take one thing away from it. You're not in this alone. There are more than 200 small business counselors across our spectrum of resource partner network that are looking to work with you. They want to work with you. And so reach out and touch them. And so let me close where I started. Thank you very much. Although it's been a challenging year, it's been a great year here in San Diego. I think we're stronger for it. And then please stay in touch. Let us know what the SBA can do for you. We work for the small business community, and we take that seriously, and we enjoy doing it. And we look forward to working with you going forward in the future. So thank you all very much. And Sudarshan and the folks who put this together, my hat's off to you. You do a great job. I know it isn't easy. I know it takes work, but there's a real benefit in it, and I appreciate it very much. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Small businesses we have found over these last 18 months are very resilient, and they have adapted very quickly to the new challenges that they've faced. We at the SBDC, the Women's Business Center, SCORE, and the Veterans Business Outreach Center, too pivoted very quickly to be able to reach out to the many people who needed assistance during these 18 months. And we will continue down that path. We will be there. We have been there for our small businesses, and we look forward to helping them steer through the rest of this pandemic and take their business to the next level. With that, I want to thank all of you for participating in our salute to small businesses and our financial institutions. Take care, stay well, and be kind. Thank you.